Do you want to pass almost every single Fatal Tower stage without paying for packs? If the answer to this question is yes, then this is the video for you. Let's begin. Alright, first thing first, I wanna make sure that you understand that this strategy won't work in every single battle, and it won't work especially against bosses. Also, it will be really difficult to pull off if you're fighting off-balance fights, or if, let's say, the enemies are immune to dots, or if they're healing from them. This will be really, really difficult. So once again, this won't work in every single battle in towers, but as long as the enemies are not immune to dots, or as long as they're not healing from it, or as long as the modifier is obstructing your strategy, for instance, once again it is off balance or something like this, then you have to pick some other strategy. With that said, the key character for this strategy is the one and only MK11 Scorpion, and we are starting from here. You must have MK11 Scorpion in order to pull this off. Of course, there will be other characters that are really, really great, that are really good at doing dots, such as, for instance, Classic Reptile, such as, for instance, Classic Rain with certain build. However, those characters are either difficult to get and require specific items to be good, or MK11 Scorpion is just better at doing dots. So we were going to start with MK11 Scorpion and what you need to do in order to destroy your enemies with dots. So the first key thing that you need to remember is MK11 Scorpion passive. He sets the entire enemy team on fire in the beginning of the game, and then he sets the entire enemy team on fire every time when he tags in. So this is the key word. All you have to do is make sure that, that your MK11 Scorpion isn't the starting character, and then you have to tag him in. There you go, you have 2 stacks of fire on the entire enemy team. However, you can do a third one. All you need to do is to get to MK11 Scorpion Fatal Blow, which is called Get Over Here. Basically, the Fatal Blow will apply mass fire. So in a way, you can apply 3 stacks of fire to the enemy team. Now, the first question is how do you get to do Fatal Blow without any problems in the very beginning of the game? The answer is simple. You require characters such as Shaolin Kung Jin, such as Hellspawn Scorpion. Even at Fusion Zero this will do. Also certain equipment on MK11 Scorpion will help you. The Rat Hammer, the Devastator, as long as the enemy team shares the same class, then you can use the Devastator. Even if your MK11 Scorpion isn't the opening character, that's fine. Also, Bloody Tomahawk will give you 1 bar of power. Also, there are tower pieces that give 0.5 bars of power. The possibilities are endless. Also, you shouldn't forget that you can use the one and only Monk, so that you can sacrifice him in the very beginning of the game, and this will give you 1 bar of power. All of these strategies are pretty good. So all you need to do is to tag Scorpion and then do Fatal Blow. This will set the entire enemy team on fire 3 times. They will have 3 fires applied on them, which will guarantees that half of the HP bar of your enemies will be gone. Just like this, without having any additional amplifier effects on the fire dots, but we are going to get to that later. For now, I just wanted to let you know this is a really good strategy so that you can pull immense damage using only MK11 Scorpion and a few supporting characters and items. And this leads me to the next point. Which are the items that will amplify the damage of the fire dot? That's really, really important. There is one rare tower piece, which is called Spectral Infernal Chains, which increases the fire damage boost by 40%. However, I reckon a lot of you may not have this piece, and that's fine. There are, however, green pieces from towers, such as the Salamander Gloves, that increase the fire damage. You can use those items on MK11 Scorpion in order to boost the dots. And furthermore, there is another item which I reckon almost every single one of you knows, and this item is the one and only Blazes Life Force. It further increases the damage from fire dots by 25%. And on top of that, there is a talent in the talent section which is called Cruel Fiction. It further increases the damage done by fire. So if you manage to get even 1 or 2 of these items, you will definitely increase your fire damage. But this is not enough. If you want your dots to be absolutely devastating, you require one specific character to support Scorpion. And the beautiful part is that this character will support him great even at Fusion Zero. I'm talking about Ravenous Melina. She's not the only one, but she is the best supportive character if you want to destroy your enemies using MK11 Scorpion Fire. So let's talk about Ravenous Melina. She increases the dots of every single person in your team by 100%, and that's huge. So you can imagine, you have Ravenous Melina, you have Talent, Cruel Fiction, you have Salamander Glows. That's already about 150% increase of the fire damage. Now imagine 3 of your enemies being affected by 3 fires that hurt really, really a lot. This is going to make sure that your enemies are melted as they are tagged out, regardless of how much health they have. Remember, fire works based off percentage of max health. So it doesn't matter whether your enemy has 10,000 HP or your enemy has 1 million HP. The fire will destroy them, definitely. Now, if you want to further increase the damage of your fire dot so that you can turn it into Hellfire dot, the best way to do so in a free-to-play way is to use Melina and Sector if you have them both. Once again, the beautiful thing is that they can be both at Fusion 0 and thus they can turn MK11 Scorpion Fire into a total beast. Basically, your enemies will be melting in seconds. Of course, obvious drawback here is that you won't be able to use the third character who can give you 1 bar of power, such as Hellspawn Scorpion, such as Shaolin Master Kung Lao, such as, for instance, Monk, and your MK11 Scorpion won't be able to start with Fatal Blow, but it is what it is. So you have to sacrifice one to get the other, right? Speaking of the third member, since we already established that Melina and Scorpion are paramount for the success of this team, the third member can be many other characters. It's not necessary to be Sector, it's not necessary to be Hellspawn Scorpion or a character that gives power. You can do so many other combinations. For instance, one of the best characters to replace Sector or Hellspawn Scorpion can be Assassin Scarlet. The reason being, she sets the entire enemy team, actually I was about to say on fire. She doesn't set them on fire, but she inflicts bleed on them, which lasts for 15 seconds, and that's pretty cool. Remember, Ravenous Melina also increases the damage of the bleed dots, so that's alright. Another possible solution is, if you don't have Assassin Scarlet, for instance, is to use MK11 Rain or Classic Rain. All you need to do is to give them 2 pieces that give 1 bar of power each. Thus, they will be able to start with Fatal Blow, and their Fatal Blow attack has Bleed Dot. So this is always an additional possibility. As you can see, there are so many ways to make sure that the enemies will die from your dots in seconds. Of course, if you want to be on the safe side, you can use Strike Force Scorpion to save your MK11 Scorpion in case he dies. You can use Warlock Quan Chi. The possibilities are endless. The important part is that you need to remember that you require MK11 Scorpion. Definitely, in order for this to work, you require Ravenous Melina. You can do it without Ravenous Melina, but the damage from the dots won't be really that great. In order for this to work the way you want it to work, you need to have Ravenous Melina and MK11 Scorpion. The third member, once again, can be Assassin Scarlet, can be MK11 Rain, can be Hellspawn Scorpion, can be Classic Rain, many other characters that can either help Melina and Scorpion or further boost the damage, for instance, like Assassin Scarlet. She's really cool because, like Scorpion, she sets the entire enemy team. I was about to say she sets them on fire. She doesn't. She inflicts bleed on the entire enemy team. Unfortunately, she doesn't do it on tack, but it is what it is. Alright guys, so I really hope you found this video useful. The dot strategy will help you a lot in towers. Trust me, it is by far one of the easiest way to pass difficult battle in Fatal or even normal tower. See you next time guys, take care.
No one fears you anymore. Well done. Perfect!